Alrighty, and again, like I said, we're going through the whole Rise of the Beast line from YOLOPARK. The last one I need is Bumblebee. We're still waiting on that, but this is Cheetor, one of the Maximals, and it's interesting because they never did the Beast modes. Technically, they did make an Optimus Primal Beast mode, but it's like $3,000 and is like 2 feet tall. But they never made a Beast mode that matches the size of these figures. And I guess I was a little shocked. I figured they would, but this model kit figure does come with the accessory parts for Bumblebee, which I don't have yet. So once I can get Bumblebee and it arrives, I can show that off. But I did also get Rhinox and have the accessories for Optimus Prime, which I'll show off in that video. But just like all the other ones, they all kind of come in the same matching box. And this is the only one that's actually colored, which I don't remember him being super colored in the movie. So I tried putting a little bit of like a brown dry wash over the yellow to just kind of darken the yellow just a bit. And as you can see here, simple instructions to put it together. Shows you the accessories for Bumblebee. So I will say right here on the inside, you can kind of see right there, each side inside the rib has this little piece, and when I put on the torso, it actually ripped one of the pieces off because they kind of hang. And so just be aware of that. Try to do it as gently as possible because it just completely snapped off on mine. Now once the abdomen and torso combined, you can't even see in there, so it doesn't really matter, but just be aware of that. And here he is, Cheetor. Already just got past the building process, figured there's no need to kind of sit here and show that off. Assembly, like I said, is pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Just be mindful of that rib piece. But as you can see, out of all of them, he's the most colorful one. A lot of the other ones, Optimus Primal and Rhinox are both pretty muted, bland colors. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just Optimus Primal has the subtle silver and Rhinox has that bronze copper trim. But Cheetor really has the standing out yellow. And it's kind of hard to see on camera, but like I said, I've tried to put some brown to darken it because it just seems a bit too bright. But it does come with alternate hands. All the alternate hands have these claws coming out, which I guess I don't necessarily remember in the movie. I'd have to rewatch the movie again. But just like with all of them, you can see great articulation. And that's one of the key, biggest nice things with these figures is the articulation. And I've got the staff in the hand just because, you know, it's kind of cool to pose it like that. You can pose it really however you want, you know. I guess you could do a stabbing motion, or like he's gonna throw it, you know. And I'm just trying to pose this quickly, but you can, like, this is me doing it literally in a matter of seconds. How fast you can pose it and how it stays in place. And I mean, because I said it with the other ones, there really just is no limit to the articulation. Because even here, you see how it swivels out, so you can really do the feet and the legs. But I just like to kind of leave him a more simpler pose. Just like that. I do wish, I think I said it with the Optimus Primal, I do wish that these came with like even the tiniest battery to put in for lights in the eyes, because on most of them you can kind of shine a light and it'll, you know, shine through the eyes, but there is no dedicated light up eye function. But again, these are about $25 to $30. Again, I say it every video. You can get them on my TikTok showcase for a little cheap, especially for first-time buyers. And I can even compare the size of this to a couple other ones. Alrighty, so here he is compared to Optimus Primal. Obviously, Optimus Primal is going to be a little bit more taller, thicker, as with all the usual leaders are. But not a bad size compared to it. You know, it's not a drastic difference like Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. And here he is next to Scourge. And of course, of almost all of them, as far as I'm aware, on the Rise of the Beast line, Scourge is the biggest one. And I'm pretty sure these are supposed to be to scale to each other. So you can see just how big Scourge is compared to basically all of the Autobots and Maximals. But again, not a bad size, and I'm gonna really be trying to pose these with my Unicron. But I can appreciate, especially having, you know, 90% of them now, that they don't take up too much space. They're the perfect size. I don't care that they don't transform. You know, that's never been a bother to me. I just like that they're basically $25 to $30 a piece and have great articulation, really like paint friendly, like do custom paint and articulate and pose. And nowadays when it comes to NECA or McFarlane or whatever, where it's $30 plus figures with limited articulation, shit paint, it's again just so nice to see people give somewhat of a shit to make a decent figure. So that's about it for me until the next video, but thanks for watching. I'm out.